Over the weekend, apparently what Fox News host Judge Jeanine Pirro believed we needed more of was another xenophobic anti-immigrant rant on her program. And so she really did a number on her Saturday night episode. Here is Jeanine saying she doesn't give a damn about why undocumented immigrants are coming here, that their reasoning for coming here is merely a distraction.
Time after the pandemic. And I don't give a damn what the reason is for their coming here, and neither should you. It's nothing but a ruse to prevent you from answering the harder question.
Now, of course, this completely does away with our ability to say, somebody who was under 18 and was brought here by their parents and has committed no crime is very different than someone who came over as an adult and maybe did commit some kind of violent crime. That eliminates the fact that we are reasonable people who can look at circumstances and say, actually, it really does matter what the circumstances of people getting here were. Then the big surprise of the show is Judge Jeanine trots out Donald Trump's daughter-in-law, Lara Trump, who says, hey, you know what? You people at the border, because, Biden's not doing a damn thing about it. You need to get yourselves some guns and take matters into your own hands. What? Here is the idea.
Disgraceful to see. And I don't know what you tell the people that live at the southern border. I guess they better arm up and get guns and be ready. And maybe they're going to have to start taking matters into their own hands. It should never happen. These people should never make this dangerous journey here.
That's an idea, right? I mean, if the NRA did product placement, it would be, let's get prominent right wingers loved by the Fox News audience to go on to Fox shows and talk about how people should buy guns. Like this is, the NRA couldn't buy advertising this good for their clients who are the gun manufacturers. We have a country plagued by mass shooting after mass shooting after mass shooting. Last week, I reported to you, we had 10 mass shootings the previous weekend. Most of them didn't even make major news stories. Once again, this past weekend, I don't even have data for yesterday yet, but when I looked on Friday, we had another 4 mass shootings in the United States, a total of 4 killed and 17 injured at the 4 Friday shootings. Then we go to Saturday in the United States. We had another 4 mass shootings, 4 killed, 31 injured. Really, the only one of any of these that made significant news was the one in Austin, Texas, where 14 people were injured as of the last time I checked. Fortunately, nobody was killed. Every day, 3 to 5 mass shootings in the United States. Endless smaller shootings where maybe only 1 or 2 people are injured or killed. And Lara Trump shows up and says, hey, go and get guns and be ready to use them and take things into your own hands when it comes to migrants at the border who they may be undocumented, they may not be, as if it really even makes a difference when it comes to suggesting people become some kind of vigilante force. This is the exact statement that made in a different context, made by somebody else, might be investigated as a possible crime in many situations. A good rule of thumb to live by. Here's a little like life advice for people who are seeking it. And apparently many people are. If you have a situation you're analyzing, whatever it might be, and you start to think, what might be a good solution here? Introduce more guns into the situation. Stop and really evaluate whether that makes sense. Because in 99.99% of situations where there's a problem, introducing more guns is not the solution. Almost without fail, introducing more guns is likely to give you a worse outcome than a better one. So this is very dangerous, sickening rhetoric. It is exhausting to deal with, and it's kind of like a game of whack-a-mole. Trump's out of office, but now Lara Trump is regularly appearing on TV and saying the absolute worst reactionary instincts in every situation, no matter the issue. I got an email from someone saying, David, that what she did is really a crime. If you look at 18 U.S. Code subsection 373, solicitation to commit a crime of violence, you're not going to get her on that, because if pressed, there's enough ambiguity where she would say, no, I just meant people should have guns in case, undocumented immigrants trespass on your property or they try to physically attack you or your children or whatever the case. You're not going to get her on that. I understand, but you're not going to get her on that. It's almost as if like they plan their crimes openly and then they end up not being held accountable. And mostly that has worked for Trump. And this is not merely theoretical. Remember back in I believe this was in 2019, we had that El Paso shooting where the suspect said he was targeting Mexicans. This rhetoric has a real impact. It's not trivial. It's not merely hypothetical. It's not merely an academic question. This is rhetoric that gets people to commit violent acts in real life. It's horrible. It's disgusting. And sadly, there's every indication it's going to continue.